Vehicle Spec family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2026 Honda CR-V Trailsport in urban gray pearl with a black interior. The Trailsport is a new model in the CR-V lineup for 2026. It sits right above the Sport Hybrid. Now, taking a look at the front fascia here, you're gonna notice it's gonna follow all of the CR-V hybrids kind of design cue with the gloss black grille. You have the lower portion that's gloss black as well. On the lower portion of the bumper, you have some flat black here, flat black on the grille, and the silver portion right here kind of looks like a skid plate down below. You do have functional air curtains on both sides, which are nice. The full LED headlamps, so you have LED high beam, low beam, turn signals, and daytime running lights. The turn signals and the daytime running lights will share that bar up there. Your high beams is in the middle portion, and your low beams will be on the outer portion. You do have your radar in your Honda emblem as well too, part of your Honda sensing feature package. And of course you have Trailsport stamped right in the grill, let you know I don't have a regular CR-V. You do. I got the more rugged CR-V. But up front, like I said, it follows the CR-V design cue. Hopefully you guys can hear me because it's super windy right now for no reason. Urban gray pearl has been a popular color with Honda and with Acura now as well too. You can see that gold kind of pearl that hits it when the sun hits it. It's the new in color. It's the color everyone is buying. It's very popular. The Trailsport will come standard with all-terrain tires. This is the first CR-V in the lineup to have all-terrain tires. The Ridgeline has it, the Pilot has it, Trailsport, the Passport Trailsport has it. Now you have it on the CR-V Trailsport. Now the Trailsport on the CR-V though is very mild. It's kind of like when the Pilot Trailsport first came out, where you didn't really get too much like a high lift or anything crazy like that. The ground clearance is still the same like a normal CR-V. You just have these all-terrain tires, which are nice. And these are, I believe these are 18s, if I'm not mistaken. They are 18s, and the tires are 235 60s, and these are Continental cross contact tires, which are nice. So I think these are made specifically for the Trailsport. Look, they got the Trailsport logo in there and everything. So it might be, I don't know. You do have the shark gray 18-inch rims, and this design is unique to the Trailsport as well. You have some flat black kind of clouding above the wheel, wrap around the bottom of the Trailsport, wrap around the rear wheels as well. This one does have a protection package, so wheel locks, splash guards, and a cargo tray in the trunk. You still have that nice CR-V design with the long hood. The windshield has been kind of pushed back a little bit, give you better visibility. You do have the new wipers, where it started on the Civic, where you have the nozzles on the wipers themselves, so it sprays and wipe. You don't have to wait and be blind for 2 seconds while the wipers is wiping the mist off the windshield. You do have the camera, part of your Honda sensing features as well. Gloss black mirror caps on the top portion. Lower portion is flat black, and you do have LED turn signals integrated into your Trailsport. Door handles are gloss black instead of body colored, and it is gloss black on the lower portion and wrapped all around the window, which is nice. You do get gloss black roof rails standard, so if you want crossbars, the crossbars, you're ready to go. You don't have to add roof rails and crossbars, and it's just a very rugged design. It's the whole point of having this Trailsport with Honda. They wanted something that's, you know, backpacking. You know, you take your not your dirt bike, don't put your dirt bike on the back of your CR-V, your mountain bike out, you know, you do some hiking, kind of things like that, some different terrains. You're not doing like serious off-roading, but you want something that's pretty rugged, and you're mostly gonna be driving on the road. Blind spot monitoring is standard on the side mirror as well. Forgot to mention that guy. And let's take a look at the rear. Now, same rear like the standard CR-Vs right now for 2026. Shark fin style antenna. It is body colored. I like how on the Passport they actually hide the antenna in the pillar, so I wonder if they're gonna go with that design pretty soon. Maybe when they redesign the CR-V, who knows. Your window spoiler is half body colored, half gloss black. You have an LED brake light. You do have your windshield wiper exposed. You have the all-wheel drive sticker on the back from the original CR-V, the first gen and the second gen. That's cool that they brought that back. Now, Trailsports only come in all-wheel drive. I guess Honda calls it real-time all-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive is not an option, but you can have that on other trim levels. Now, you do have your signature CR-V tail lights where it climbs up the pillar. So you have LED brake lights, you have LED reverse lights, But your turn signals are regular bulbs, which is interesting. I wonder why they didn't do full LED like the HRV. Your license plate bracket, the lighting is LED as well. You have your backup camera here. Honda in chrome, you can get that blacked out from your dealership if you want to, or you can do it yourself. Of course, you have your Trailsport badge to let you know I have a rugged CRV and you don't. Lower portion of the bumper is flat black. You have some silver to break it up. You do have these exhaust finishers, and the right one is actually open. The left one is not, because the CRV, the Trailsport is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with a hybrid, the 2 electric motors. So technically, when you get the turbo 4-cylinder, that get dual exhaust. When you get the non-turbo, the 2-liter, then you get single exhaust. So like I said, I don't know if you guys can see, but that's a real exhaust, and that's not a fake. So, but I like the finishers. They make it look like you get dual exhaust, which is cool, and it's fake kind of the diffuser style thing going on down here. Before we jump into our Trailsport, here is the key for the Trailsport. It would have been nice to have like some type of Trailsport branding on here, but it's okay. This is the standard key that Honda's been using with all of their products now. You have lock, you have unlock, you have remote start standard on the Trailsport. So if you lock it and hold the circle, keep holding the circle till it flash at you one time like that, you let go, and then once it's on, it'll flash 6 times. If you're inside, you cannot hear this thing on, especially if the engine doesn't kick on, because the engine won't kick on every time like it did now. If the battery needs to be charged, or maybe the car needs to work a little bit more, get your AC going, the engine will come on, but sometimes the engine won't turn on. You cannot hear this thing. Even with the motor on, it's pretty quiet. Now, you hold the circle again to shut off the remote start. It'll flash at you one time, let you know it's off if you don't need that feature anymore. You do have a trunk button here, so you can hold it and it will pop open the trunk. That's one thing you do get on the Trailsport over the Sport Hybrid, is a power trunk, and it's height adjustable, and you can hold to close. You do have a panic button on the key fob, and you do have a emergency key blade in here as well. So just in case you drop the key fob in your serial, you run it over, you break it, battery dies. If you look underneath the door handle, you have a hidden keyhole in there as well. So you probably just heard me do the smart entry, because smart entry is standard on the Trailsport. So if you tap these 3 little lines right here, it will lock all the doors. And if you put your hand in the door handle, it'll unlock the door. Now, that's with the key on you, of course, on your person. And if you put your hand in the passenger door first, it will unlock all the 4 doors. By default, you can change this in the settings if you want to. If you unlock the Trailsport with the driver door, it only unlocks the driver door, so the boogeyman don't jump in with you. Let's take a look at the door card. By the way, I hope you like black interior, because that's the only option you can get on the Trailsport. If you want a lighter interior, you're gonna have to get yourself a different trim level. Trailsport, not gonna work for you. And it's not really black, it's like a dark gray. Soft touch on top of the door card here. You have this kind of honeycomb gloss black here, flat black here. This is soft touch where you rest your elbow. You have orange stitching going around. You don't have auto up down for all 4 windows, just the driver and passenger window. The rear you just hold down, power locks, power mirrors. You have your plastic kind of wrap door handle there, CRV branded into the door, storage here, bottle holder, and speaker. So real simple. On the driver's seat of the Trailsport, it is a 10-way power adjustment. So you have forward, back, up, down. You can tilt this portion right here up and down. You can move the back, forward and back, and then 2-way lumbar in and out, no up and down. On the passenger side, it is a manual adjustment. So you pull the bar to move forward and back, and you have the lever here to move this forward and back. There is no up and down available. Let's jump into your Trailsport. Welcome to your CRV. Foot on brakes, push the button here. We're gonna go ahead and turn this guy on, get the air going, because the car says 81. It feels like 150,000 degrees outside. It's super hot right now. Now, when you jump into your Trailsport, the first thing to notice is this orange stitching all over the place, because that's a Trailsport thing. And I didn't get to show you guys the seats. You got Trailsports embroidered into the headrest. Orange stitching here as well too. It's not perforated because it's cloth material. If you want leather trim, you have to go up to a Sport L and up to get that. This is between the Sport and the Sport L. So you get a little bit more premium features on that level, but you do get a little bit more features than the standard Sport. Now on the left side of the steering wheel here, you do have your air vent here. This is a soft touch, but like, you know, like molded, injected type material, where it's not hard, but it's not too soft. You can open and close the air vent here, just flat black here. Open the tailgate, blank buttons here. Lower portion out here, you can pop open the hood there. You do have your brake pedal and gas pedal and brake pedal, that's standard rubber. And the steering wheel is manual adjustment, so you pull on the lever, you can go up and down, in and out, so you can kind of customize it how you want to, or set it how you want to. Now, leather wrap steering wheel, orange stitch, feels good to the hand, not perforated, but it feels good to the hand. The Trailsport will give you a heated steering wheel. That's interesting because the Sport L don't give you a standard heated steering wheel, but I believe the Sport Touring does. So that's something that's unique to the Sport, to the Trailsport, almost said Sport L. You do have some controls over here, so you have next track, previous, volume. You do have voice command. You have a scroll wheel because you can adjust the left side. This scroll wheel adjusts the right side. That's important because for 2026, CRVs have a 10.6 digital cluster now. Previous generation didn't have the digital cluster. Even on the Sport Touring on the 25, you don't get the full digital cluster. It was half digital, half analog. But for 2026 now, I think it actually starts on this model and above. If I'm not mistaken, EX, Sport, and LX do get the half digital, half cluster. But on the right side here, you do have your Honda sensing and some of your cruise features. So cruise on and off, cancel, resume set. You do have your adaptive cruise control distance there. You do have your lane keep assist on and off. Like I said, scroll wheels for either side. Behind the steering wheel, you do have your lighting controls here and your signal. So auto, lighting, parking, and parking and just on. And you do have auto high beam assist, which is a nice feature. The right side, you have off, intermediate, low, and high. And for the rear wiper, intermediate and on. I know you guys could see that guy back here. Behind the steering wheel itself, you do have these plastic shifters here. You have a minus and a plus. This is not to shift up and shift down, just to adjust the regenerative braking. You have, I believe, 4 different levels, which is nice because most hybrids give you a B mode and you have 1 level of regenerating, and that's it. You can't make it more aggressive or less. The CRV give you, I think it's 3 or 4, I can't remember. So I just put in the B mode real fast, and yeah, so you can see it right there. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's to adjust your regenerative braking, which is real cool feature. Now, if you go to the scroll wheel on the left side, here's your sources. You have FM, you have AM, you have USB, you have Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, you have Android Auto. You can customize the display. So here you can either hide and show what apps you want to view on the list, or you can remove the audio and clock that's on the tachometer side or power side. And you hit back here because see, it's like a power meter instead of it being like a tachometer. When the needle goes down to the green, you're charging the battery pretty much, and then when you go up, it's how much power or how much you're using more electricity and more power from the motor when you go this way pretty much. So it's easy to use. Battery gauge is there for your hybrid battery. You can see where the level is at, gas gauge on the left side. But on the right wheel here, you can scroll, start off with safety support. So you have road departure mitigation on and off, blind spot information system on and off, collision mitigation system, and that's it. If you want parking sensors and low speed braking and all those features, you go up to the Sport L and up. That will give you those features. You can have no content, but you can change your speed and distance units from miles per hour to kilometers in that menu there. You have your brightness, you have your vehicle stability assist mode, so on and off. You have vehicle settings, and here you can do your TPMS, your driver assist, your meter setup, keyless access, lighting. If you go to door and scroll down to walkway auto lock, that's a feature that's on here too. So it's off by default from Honda. You can go in and turn it on. When that's on, whenever you walk away from your CRV and you don't lock the doors, it will lock the doors automatically. There isn't a There isn't a walk unlock feature though, where you walk to your CRV, it automatically unlocks. You still either have to use a key fob or put your hand in the door handle, but that's a nice feature to have. And let's go back. Let's go all the way back. You have that vehicle settings. You have gauge display settings, so you can either hide and show different apps on that list as well, or you have the gauge design, and you can change from round to bar. Bar is kind of up and down, so you can see the power meter and the speedometer up and down. And round minimal is back to round but less information on the display, and bar minimal is the same thing, and then that's it. So leave it on round because that's how it's set by factory. We'll go back there as well. You can have your power meter here. So this will show you what's going on with your powertrain. Right now, the engine just turned on to charge the battery because the battery got low. I think when the battery gets to 2 bars, it'll automatically start charging the battery. when you're driving, you're hitting the brakes, you're using that energy to charge your battery as well. So you don't have to worry about the battery running out or anything like that. It will charge automatically. So you went to 3 and then it stopped charging the battery. You also can view what's powering the wheels from here. So it'll show you if you're using the electric motor to power the wheels, or if you're using the engine to power the wheels as well. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see the little gauge there, but you do have that there. Here's the range, so it'll show you what you're averaging and the range to your tank. And you have your engine speed and time. Driver attention level will tell you if you're awake enough to drive. So if you fill up those 4 bars, your CRV will recommend you to pull over, take a rest, you're falling asleep, pretty much. You can see your all-wheel drive torque distribution here between the front and rear wheels. Who have their seatbelts on? I don't know why that seatbelt is on, but who got their seatbelts on? Oil life, 15% is time for an oil change, and then we start all over again. So real easy, real simple, easy to use. Coming along to your touchscreen display here. So it's a 9-inch touchscreen display. What's new for 2026 is the UI for all of them. Actually, I think every CRV get the 9-inch now. Even the LX, the EX, and the Sport that used to, did the Sport? Yeah, the Sport used to have the smaller 7-inch as well. So this is standard all throughout all of the CRVs. But the Sport Touring gets Google built in, which is a nice cool feature. So that started in the Accord, and the Passport has it, and Honda slowly releasing Google built in all of their model lineup. The Civic has it. It's a cool feature. Now with the new UI, you don't have different pages like you did on the previous Honda models. So what Honda did is just have everything on one page, and that's it. There's no multiple pages to slide through. So you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Those are wireless, and I think those are standard wireless for 2026 as well. I think for all the CRVs, it's wireless, because they did that for the HRV for 26. You have your phone connections here, you have audio here. So if we go to audio source, you can see you have FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So Sirius XM is not built in anymore. You have to use your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and have the app downloaded to your phone to continue your XM. I guess XM is just dying in Honda and Acura, I guess. I don't know, it's taking that away. If you go to general settings, you can see different settings you could change as well. So you have system, connections, display, sound volume, things like that. But Honda made it real simple where you don't have to go through different pages. And you have a dedicated connect button here to automatically connect your phone if you don't have your phone connected, which is nice. You do get a volume knob though, that's physical, and a power. But you don't, no tuning though. They got rid of the, I wish they would have kept the next track and previous track right there. I guess that's gone. But at least they give you a physical volume knob still. And at least the climate control is not in the display as well. You have that new air vent that started in the Civic that go across the whole dash. And feels very premium. It clicks and it feels, you know, a little bit more higher than its class, which is nice. Don't feel cheap. Hazard button there. You do get dual zone climate control. And you do get heated seats on the Trailsport. Now, heated seats is standard on the Sport Hybrid as well, so nothing really too new. But you could turn sync off, and then this person could catch on fire. This person could, you as a driver, could stay on low and stay cool. Turn sync on, you're controlling both sides. And the heated seats are 3 different levels for the passenger as well. Air circulation, auto mode, front defrost, on and off for the whole system, and turn it for the fan speed. Heated back glass, side mirrors, AC on and off. Real simple, real easy to use. Below your climate control, you do have 2 USB-C ports and a power outlet. So the left USB-C port is for wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto. The right one is just for charging. And like I said, power outlet. The HRV, the 26s, I just did some of those, and they don't even have power outlets up front anymore. So you still have that on your CRV. You get a wireless charging pad, which I think this is standard for 2026 now in all the models. Plenty of space down there. It's pretty grippy as well too. You do get a leather wrap shift knob. More of that orange stitching I was telling you about. And you do have a standard lever. I know the previous generation CRV, when the hybrids actually first came out for the CRV, they had the push button, kind of like the bigger, you know, the bigger Pilot and Passport and Odyssey, and Honda went back to a shifter. I guess a lot of people complained about the button. You do get multiple different drive modes. So you can see here you got Sport, Normal, Econ, and Snow mode, which are nice. You do have your downhill cruise control, electronic parking brake hold. So if you're in drive and your seatbelt is on and you turn this feature on, you can take your foot off the brake and the car won't go anywhere. It will hold your brake while you're in drive. So you got to drive through, you're dropping someone off, you have the ATM, stop and go traffic, it's a cool feature to have. Now you do have a B mode too, and this will be the most aggressive regenerative braking you can have in the CRV. Also, you saw me what I did earlier. When I was in B, I used the power shifters to adjust the regenerative braking right down there as well. When I go into reverse, it'll bring up the backup camera. You probably can hear it plays a little chime to warn people you are coming, because these hybrids are so quiet. It sounds like a whirling alien thing, you know. I saw a meme, someone was saying they thought they were going to God because they heard the horn, and they thought it was like heaven gates. Anyways, you do have a wide angle, because this is the multi-link backup camera. You have a standard, you have looking straight down so you can see what's below the window back there, and you have cross traffic on and off, and you have your brightness. You can adjust there. No surround view. Actually, surround view is not available on the CRV at all. I know some people wish it was on the Sport Touring at least, but they don't have it on the Sport Touring. You're gonna have to get yourself an RDX for right now, or an ADX if you want the surround view, or a Passport or a Pilot. But down here you have your cup holders here. Oh, by the way, kudos to Honda. I barely see any gloss or piano black in here at all. There's some on the shifter, but this whole thing is not piano black. It's just kind of like hard touch plastic. And I think for someone that's going to be getting this interior dirty, this is going to like last way longer than if this is all was piano black. But yeah, cup holders here, soft touch where you rest your elbow, orange stitch. Open this guy up. There's nothing in it. It's deep, actually huge in here, but there's nothing in here. Not even the tray. I think you have to get a Sport L and up to get the tray, but it's pretty deep, pretty nice. You have a lockable glove box here, and it's damp. Look at that. It don't flop open, so it's damp. It's not lined with felt, but bin style, which is nice. And this is all soft touch as well too. If I had to touch it to show you guys, it's like molded injected pretty much. It's not leather or anything like that, but at least it's not like a hard plastic, kind of like this material here. Up above your touchscreen display, you do have a standard mirror. You don't get the auto dimming rear view mirror. You have to get a Sport L and up, or EXL, to get that feature. You do have LED interior lighting. Oh, I pushed that all the way. LED interior lighting standard in your Trailsport, and you have this SOS button. If you flip down and push it, and it'll contact emergency right there. You do get a moonroof standard on the Trailsport, which is nice. So you pull it back all the way. I'm gonna let all the sun and start clicking because it is a hot day today. But we'll open all the way. If you push it straight up, it'll also ventilate, so you can pass gas and park the car and let the air flow out. And Ford will always close it. You just gotta manually close the shade back. The headliner is black, if you ain't noticed. You do have your sunglass holder here, and it is lined, so it won't scratch up your sunglass holder. Speaking of lined, was this guy lined in here? You have a carpet, like yeah, you have a carpet thing on the bottom. That's pretty much it. So probably won't scratch up too much stuff in there. And then you have your vanity mirror here with a lighting. It's not LED, but at least you get lighting for driver and passenger. Over the Sport Hybrid, you do get a 320 watt 8-speaker system in the Trailsport. If you want the Bose, of course you have to go up to the Sport Touring to get the premium 12-speaker premium system. But at least you have 8 speakers in here and some decent wattage. It's nothing too crazy. Let's jump out of here and take a look at the rear passengers. This is how wide the rear doors open. One thing I love about the CRV is look at that. Look at that. It's almost 90 degrees. It's crazy. So putting a car seat in here or a booster seat, it's gonna be a breeze. But for them parents out there, you have hard touch up here, which is expected. You have some flat black here, more of that gloss black like up front. This is actually hard touch too. This whole thing is hard touch. Soft touch here where you rest your elbow. You have orange stitching. You have your window switch. You have a tweeter. You do have the door handle, same thing with the front. Storage, bottle holder, speaker grill, CRV embroidered into the side door there. And the rear seats, now it's not the same design as the driver and passenger, but still cloth seats. Soft, feels good, orange stitch. I love the exposed tethers. For parents, is gonna love that. For booster seats, I don't know why this seatbelt is in there, but yeah, booster seats, car seats, parents is gonna love that. They don't have to dig their way in there. You do have a foldable armrest, which is nice. Let's jump in here, get out the sun. And I do have the seat all the way back, and I'm 5'10", and look what spaces I have behind me. Oh man, the back ear vents is not even on. Look at that. Turn that on before we melt back here. But yeah, plenty of leg room and plenty of headroom too. I wish I could show you guys, but plenty of headroom. And 2 cup holders here. This is soft touch for the armrest. You get adjustable headrest there too, which is nice. You don't have a seat back pocket behind the driver. You do have one behind the passenger. And you just saw me mess with the air vents. So you do get air vents back here and 2 USB-C ports, which is nice too. It's not a tri-zone, so you can't control the rear passenger's temperature back here. You have to get a passport for that, but at least back here will be based on the driver, and the air feels so good. It was off earlier and I immediately felt it when I sat back here, but it's actually really nice. So it's a nice place to be. Little LED lighting back here, door handle, like I said, it's a black headliner, dry cleaning hook here. Now, one thing you can do on the CR-V that I wish you can do on, like, you know, some Acura products is recline the rear seats. I think the Passport don't even recline either, which is interesting. And it's not just one reclinement. So this is straight up. You can have this set, and you can, like, look at me adjustments. Like 8 different adjustments you can set for the reclinement seat. So that's actually really nice. I like that Honda did that option for you. Let's take a look at the cargo space. Capless fuel filler before we forget. And technically there's no gas cap. The cap is here. You don't have to twist anything off. It saves you about 0.10 seconds at the pump. Also, you have to worry about the cap, scratch from your paint, check engine light come on because you didn't twist it all the way. You don't got to worry about that. So power tailgate is standard on the Trailsport. You guys saw me do it earlier over the Sport Hybrid, and you can adjust the height, how high you want it to open. And it's a wide opening. It's a low load floor, so you have something heavy. It's easy to get in and out of your CR-V. CR-Vs are just so practical. Now, one thing I do miss from the previous generation is having the handles here to drop the seats down. If you want to drop the seats down, you actually have to go around there. Unless you can stretch. If you can stretch and pull this guy, and oh yeah, I forgot the reclinement. But yeah, you push this guy and drop it down. Then you can fold it from back here. But really, it's easier just to walk around and fold it flat. And let me move up that driver's seat, or I think I can force that. Let me put the headrest in. There we go. Drop that guy down. Now, unlike the previous CR-V2, it's no longer flat back here. You actually have a little hump. You probably can see that right there. Not sure why, but you have a hump. So if you plan on sleeping in the back of your CR-V, you have the length, but you have to, you know, probably put something to flush, to be more flush on the back seats. Now, this one does have the optional cargo tray, so this is not standard. The carpet is standard, as you can see there. And the Trailsport comes standard with all-season mats, which are nice, and they say Trailsport in the mat. So Honda expect you to destroy your interior, but you stay protected with those rubber mats. You have a front license plate bracket. We don't need this here in New Mexico. You got some storage here. You got some storage over here too. Unlike the gas CR-Vs, you can't open this floor because some of the batteries back here, pretty much. So there's no spare tire on the hybrid CR-Vs. There's a spare tire on the gas models, but the hybrids don't have a spare tire. They give you a flat fix kit instead with a funnel. They have the battery back here. You do have a power outlet back here, some LED lighting, look at that, some built-in grocery hooks, which are nice to have. You don't get a cargo tray standard. You used to get that standard in the previous generation of CR-Vs. You have to add that as an accessory, which is interesting. Overall, it's very spacious. Like if you're shopping and you know you're comparing SUVs, all these SUVs are very spacious, but the CR-V, it's, you know, it does its thing back here. So close that guy up. If you want the feature where you kick underneath, it's probably an option on here. We're gonna take a look at the brochure and look at some of the accessories and colors, and not interior colors, because you can't change interior color, but exterior colors on the Trailsport. Before we do that, let's take a look at the powertrain. I'm show you guys the engine. So I'm gonna pop the hood right down there. Let's turn this guy off because I don't want no hot air to slapping me in my face. It's like I said, it's a hot day today, and it's probably hot under here. I know it is. Now, CR-Vs has a strut. Look at that. A lot of SUVs in this class use a prop rod, but strut. So this powertrain, the 2-liter with electric motors, makes 204 horsepower and 247 foot-pound of torque. So plenty of torque from this motor. 204 horsepower is plentiful for everyday driving, you know, back roads, wherever you're going, you're gonna be fine. So it's a very nice powertrain. Honda has this in the Accord, they have it in the Civic, and it's just been a great powertrain where you get some decent gas mileage and you get some good power at the same time. Speaking of gas mileage, I think city is like 38 mpg and highway is 33. Yeah, so combined it's 35, but you're looking at 38 city, 33 highway. MSRP is 40,650. Now this one has a $450 protection package, so this one's 41,100 even. But if you get one without any accessories on it, at least MSRP right now, as I'm recording, $40,650. But yeah, let's jump out of here. Let's show you some options, colors, and different accessories you can get for your Trailsport CRV. Okay, Vehicle Spec family, we made it to the 2026 Honda CRV trim walk, and today we're gonna focus on the brand new Trailsport new model for 2026. So every Trailsport is a hybrid only. You cannot get the turbo 1.5 in the Trailsport. Hybrid only. So you get real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system. So there's no two-wheel drives available also in the Trailsport. So it's hybrid only, and you only can get all-wheel drive. You guys saw the beautiful 18-inch shark gray alloy wheels you get on the Trailsport, and the all-terrain tires. It's probably one of the reasons why you're even considering the Trailsport over the other models, or like a sport hybrid, or mostly a sport hybrid over the Trailsport, because the Sport L, at this point, you want like leather and power passenger seats and parking sensors and all that good stuff. But anyways, cloth seats with orange stitching and Trailsport front seat logos, heated leather wrapped steering wheel with orange stitching. You do get an upgraded 320 watt audio system with 8 speakers. I think the Sport gets you a 320 watt system too, but it's less. I think like 6 speakers, something like that. So Sport Hybrid have the same system as the EX, so it's a 240 watt audio system with 6 speakers. So it is less wattage and less speakers versus the Trailsport. You do get the 10.2 inch digital instrument cluster, because anything below the Trailsport, so Sport, LX, EX, get the old school 7-inch cluster. And you have all-weather floor mats standard on the Trailsport, a power tailgate that's height adjustable. So let's jump out of here and build us a Trailsport. So we're gonna hit CRV hybrid. So now you have 4 options to choose from with the CRV hybrid, which is nice. So we're gonna build us a Trailsport here. All right, we made it here. I don't know what happened. It took forever for that Honda thing to load. I refreshed like twice and it was not loading. But here we go. 2026 CRV all-wheel drive Trailsport hybrid. Look at the details here. You have a standard 204 horsepower, and I think it's 247 foot-pounds of torque. I don't know why they don't list it on here. For the motor, you're looking at 40 city, 34 highway, but you do get less miles per gallon on the Trailsport. So I don't know why it's showing 40 city and 34 highway. It's actually 38 city and 33 highway. So this is the rating for the standard hybrid. So that's interesting that they have that there. But let's take a look at some exterior options. So you have Canyon River Blue Metallic, which there's no premium charge for. You have Crystal Black Pearl, no premium charge for. This is a new color for the CRV lineup, and it's Ash Green Metallic. This is actually started on the Passport first, and now it's available on the CRV. You do pay a premium charge for that color. Also Platinum White Pearl, premium charge. Radiant Red Metallic, premium charge, and of course Urban Gray Pearl, premium charge. So I didn't show you guys the interior colors because it's only one interior color. Let's take a look at some of your wheel options here. So here's the standard shark gray rims that you get. You have these 18-inch alloy wheels. So they're the same thing but black. So you can black them out if you wanted to. And let's accept those. So these are 18-inch rugged black alloy wheels. So they look the same thing, just have this unique design around them. They're like white around them. And then you do have the HPD wheels, which are bronze, which is an interesting combination with that urban gray. But let's keep it on the factory ones. Remove those. And let's look at some packages that you have. So you can add a HPD package or a protection package. So the HPD is going to give you tailgate spoiler, HPD emblem, lower door trim, and fender flares. So you can see the fender flares, the lower trim, and you can look in the back. You have the HPD sticker in the back. So that's interesting. You want to give your Trailsport a little bit more rugged look. There you go. So remove that guy. You do have the protection package, which this one have, which is the wheel lock, splash guards, and the cargo tray. Now, don't worry about the pricing on here, because depending on your dealership, your labor, installation, whatever is charged will varies per dealership. So the 331 or the 1424, this is just for the accessories by themselves. It doesn't include installation and whatever markup or whatever the dealership has, on their accessories. Now let's look at some accessories. So these are, standalone accessories, not any packages. And with the exterior, because you have the roof rails already, add crossbars, you can add a bike attachment on there, a full frame. Did they get rid of? I think they got rid of the bike mount where it was just you took the front tire off and it's like the fork, or I forgot what it's called. But this says unless, yeah, they got rid of it. Yeah, it looks like they got rid of that. I don't know, maybe nobody was buying it, because before you had two options. You can put your bike on there without the front tire, or this one. So it's interesting. Body side molding, crossbars, door edge film, door edge guards, door handle film. You have door visors, which I love. You can add the HPD emblem without the package if you wanted to. You can black out the H, because I didn't mention this in the video, but for 2026, I gotta see, is it just the hybrids or is it every CRV? I don't know, but CRV is blacked out and hybrid is blacked out. I recently did a short form video on a Sport L or a Sport, I can't remember, and it was blacked out in the back. So not sure if that was the hybrid only. I haven't done a 1.5 CRV yet, so I'll have to do one of those and see. You have the CRV fender emblem. You have the additional fender flares you can add to make your Trailsport look a little bit more rugged. So you can add those goodies on there. Hood air deflector, kayak attachment, lower door trim, moonroof visor. You have plenty of just options. You can either protect your Trailsport or you can use it to dress up your Trailsport. Roof basket. You have the roof box short. So they don't offer the long box anymore either. Wow, they did remove some accessories. I'm assuming some of these things didn't sell on the previous CRV, so Honda's like, we're not even offer that anymore. You do have the running board, which is nice. And is it that tube looking one? It's not. It's like the plastic looking one. The Passport has a cool running board that I like. I think the Pilot do too, and the Ridgeline. But you do have your ski snowboard attachment, splash guard, sunroof attachment, surfboard attachment. You have the more aggressive tailgate spoiler you can add. You can even add a tent if you want. And I think this seats up to like 5 people. This is 6 people, which is nice. Open your tailgate to back there, and boom, got your tent going on. Trailer hitch back there, and with the trailer hitch, is it a 2-inch or is it like a 1/4 or something like that? It doesn't tell you. I think it is a smaller hitch when you go through Honda, unless you have the option to get a 2-inch. I'm not too sure, but I don't see the size there. So while we're here, though, the hybrids can haul trailers up to 1,000 pounds, and the standard CRV can do 1,500 pounds. So that's good to know. And you have your valve stem caps, wheel locks, and wheel lug nut set in black. Let's take a look at some interior accessories. Now, here go the cargo cover that I told you guys that don't come standard with the CRV anymore. You have to add that as an option. You have the cargo net, cargo organizer, cargo tray, door seal protection, first aid kit, illuminated cargo sill trim. So this light, oh yeah, it lights up at the bottom right there. That's different. That's new. I don't think I've seen that before. So that would be, very, convenient for like camping and you're somewhere where it's pitch black, no street lights, things like that. That'll make the rear look pretty cool. I like that. Illuminated door sill as well. You have the interior illumination. So is this only for the footwells? So there's a white LED soft light, integrates with interior lights, upscale, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, soft glow of light in the driver and passenger footwells. I feel like that should have came with it, but it is what it is. You have the rear passenger window shades, so protect your rear passengers from the sun, and seat back protectors, which is a cool feature to have, especially if you're going to get this Trailsport dirty. I highly recommend this with the cargo tray. Money right there. Now let's take a look at electronics. You can add parking sensors to your Trailsport because it's standard on this EXL and Sport L and up. And this is it just a front, or is it, it's front and rear sensors. That's nice. So while backing up, so that's cool. So you can add that as an accessory. Now I don't see any home link because I believe home link is gone. So you either can have your auto dimming rearview mirror and that's it. There's no home link on there. So let's take a look at the breakdown. So base price is $38,800. Urban Gray Pearl will add $455 to the price, and destination handling is $13.95. MSRP is $40,650. One thing I do want to mention is, I don't know if you guys notice, it's a pattern that Honda usually do with the Trailsport. So when the Pilot and the Passport and the Ridgeline came out with the Trailsport kind of was just altering tires, all season mats. But those first Trailsports, when they first came out, they were kind of like this, where it wasn't nothing too crazy. No high lifts, no skid plates. And then later down the road, when they redesigned it, the Trailsport got lifts and skid plates, and kind of like the Pilot, like I said, the Pilot, the Passport, good stuff. So they may do the same thing with the CRV, where maybe the next generation, the Trailsport will get even more, or maybe it'll be just like this. Who knows? Anyways, thank you for watching. Drop a comment below. Do you like the Trailsport? Do you hate it? Would you rather go with a different trim level? Would you rather go with a different brand? RAV4, Rogue. Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next walk around.